Here for the Eights, leading by 4 as the first pitch is over for strike one. Here to Nolan Peterson as the Eights went all 9 guys to the plates in that top of the 4th inning, or make that the top of the 3rd inning, getting 5 doubles and 5 runs as Peterson swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch, and the count's now 0-2. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a double, has scored twice for post 8. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in. That actually will get the home plate umpire. And the count's now 1-2, and Jackson Adams will make his way out to the starting pitcher in Carter Labrie to kind of slow things down a little bit, give the umpire a chance. We are back up on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We hope that we got the quick fix that we needed to make sure we bring you post-state baseball picture-wise as well. We were able to stay on YouTube without buffering, but had to have the stationary KCCR logo up. There's a ground ball to the right side. This will be fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first will be in time as Knutson retires Peterson. And the leadoff man retired here in the top of the 4th. And it will bring up now Carter Schuffelbein. Schuffelbein doubled home Nolan Peterson. That got everything started, tied the game at 2-2 at the time. And another 4 doubles, make that another 3 doubles later and 4 more runs scoring. Got the Eights up by 4, where we stand right now at 6-2. Schuffelbein late on the swing as he swings and misses for strike one. It was just his 2nd extra base hits of the year. With overall RBI 15 of the season. That'll bounce in, the count's 1-1. And he adds on to his runners with scoring position batting average. It was over 400 at 407, and adds on to it after he walked the first time with the runner in score position, so the average didn't get hurt. Then added to his average. There's a ground ball that'll be up the middle as well, fielded by the shortstop in Zur. And his throw to first will get off the first baseman, and it'll get to the side. Throw to second, they're gonna get Schuffelbein. No, he's safe at second. The throw beat him there, but the tag was not applied in time. And couldn't really see if the first baseman got a piece of it, if it was a throw in the dirt. But it will be an error that will be charged to Brandon Valley that gets Schuffelbein at second. And so the Eights have a runner on at second here with 1 out, and it's Sun and Shine. Look more like 2 routine plays to get the first 2 outs of the inning. Sun and Shine will take ball 1, low and away. But instead, the Eights, and they almost ran themselves into the 2nd out as well. It's a short fence, short foul territory around the base pass, as Sun and Shine will launch that one towards right field on a line, but caught by the right fielder in Leary. And that was hit, smoked right on the line out to the right fielder. And there is the 2nd out, and it brings up Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley walked, he is 0 for 1. And the first 6 guys reached base. He was the only one that didn't double. Here's the first pitch. Hunsley with a pop-up on the right side. Long run that will land in the bullpen with still activity out there in the right field bullpen. The count's 0-1 here to Hunsley. You are listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Drew McIntyre is at the station. John Wickler here on this Thursday evening as the winds pick up a little bit here at Aspen Park. Blowing from left to right as Hunsley will foul that one over towards the third base dugout. But the backstop and the foul territories are pretty short, especially right at third and first base. So anything that gets overthrown doesn't necessarily take the big hop that you kind of expect to get you to get to that next base quickly or without any kind of play. As this will be again chopped foul by Hunsley, and the count remains at 0-2. But overall, the Eights, with Schuffelbein getting to second, able to take that advantage and hopefully take advantage of the air. 0-2 again here to Hunsley. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Zur will field over at short. His throw to first is right on the money and retires the side. Here at the top of the fourth. No runs, no hits, an error, and one man left on base. After 3.5, a 6-2 lead for Pierre over Brandon Valley. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
It is the bottom of the fourth. Post 8 is up 6-2 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it'll be 8-9-1. Luke Smart, Nolan Pudwill, and Chase Leary. First three hitters, 8-9-1 here for post 131. Luke Smart grounded back to the pitcher. These 8 and 9 guys both grounded back to the pitcher. Well, one lined back to the pitcher. First pitch is a ground ball, as it'll be fielded by the second baseman in Schuffelbein to make the play. And the one pitch and one out as he had to go to his right to make the snab. And there's one down and bring up now Nolan Pudwill. Pudwill hit the line drive off the glove of Miles Doyle. And then he was able to retrieve behind the mound to still make the throw to first to retire Pudwill, as the first pitch will miss low for ball one. Here's the 1-0. There's a line shot that will get past Getz over at short, and it's a base hit. One out single for Pudwill, and there's a runner on at first. Fifth hit of the ball game for Brandon Valley, and there's a runner on at first here with one away. And it brings up Chase Leary. So now back to the top of the order here for Brandon Valley. Here is the first pitch. This will be fouled out of play on the right side and counts 0-1. A 1 count here to Leary, who is 1 for 2. He struck out swinging to open up the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss, and the count's now 1-1. I think Post 8 had one of their plyo balls get above on top of the roof of the dugout. They're trying to get it down with the broom that they couldn't see where it was at, and obviously from where we're sitting at, we could see how close or how far away they were, which it wasn't necessarily comical, but I guess when they're blind to it and you can see exactly how close they are, it does look a little bit more interesting. They finally got the ball down. Seth Doyle went to go get an extra bin to stand on to make sure they can get to it. Runner takes off of the pitch. It'll skip into the plates, and the second will go the runner without a throw. It'll be a stolen base as it counts now 2-1. So the double play is erased. But still a runner at second here with 1 out. That'll be fouled away, and the count's now 2-2. And Doyle will be looking for the strikeout, try and get his third of the ball game. Leary is one of those 2 strikeout victims right now. Here's the 2-2. This will be fouled out of play on the right side. And we'll do it again here at 2-2. Doyle trying to win the battle. Trying to get through 4 innings. Keep his pitch count down as much as he can, as that'll be outside. The count's now 3-2. Getting him one of his best run-supported games for Miles Doyle. That was pitch number 73. This will be pitch 74, as this will be lined out to center field. Sutton Sunshine will go back to make the catch. Runner will tag at second, and he will advance to third, but they do make the play. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Braden Knutson, who is 1 for 1. He singled back in the first, then walked in the second. Well, the pitch number 75 upcoming here for Doyle, and realistically, you're looking at him going 5 innings, maybe working into the 6th. First pitch will be over for strike 1. And for Post State, no Trevor Rounds, no J.J. Buckles, and no Braden Hulett. Everybody else will be available, as that one will be upstairs, and the count's 1-1. Cooper Twilliger, you're going to be your starter for game number 2. Again, most likely be your starter for game number 2. Here's the 1-1. This will be fouled to the right side. The count's now 1-2. They're looking around, maybe potentially Dawson Getz or Sunshine maybe to come in and try and close it out if need be. 1-2. This will be out of play. It's the hard part right now is where Doyle is at. Obviously, your game plan, you had somebody already in mind to throw after Doyle. You're hoping maybe you get a little bit farther here. As the 1-2 pitch again is spoiled, and it remains at 1-2. And say Doyle took his hat off, and he was about he got a little bit of a jump to try and make the play. He has been all over the place here in game 1. Moving trash cans, trying to catch baseballs in his cap. That'll bounce in, blocked up by Peterson. The count's 2-2. And his son Miles trying to get through 4 innings with the Eights having a 6-2 lead. The 2-2 pitch. That one is taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. 4 completes. Halfway home in game 1. Pierre leads Brandon Valley 6-2. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Brought to you by Limebach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limebach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limebach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Top of the 5th, it is 6-2 on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Schoffelbein and scoreboard. Carter Labrie trying to really settle in here and stay in this ball game later as they're getting more activity out in the right field bullpen for Brandon Valley. As it will be 5, 6, and 7. Charlie Simpson will take strike 1 to lead things off here in the top of the 5th. Simpson followed by Terwilliger and Dawson Getz. 81 pitches for Miles Doyle. That was pitch number 83 from Carter Labrie. And the count's 1-1 here to Simpson. So both these guys, they were both at 81 pitches through 4 innings. Trying to at least get through 5 for both their squads. And for Brandon Valley, a little bit more so with the fact that they've got 4 more games after tonight or 5 more games after this game still in the season, where Post State will just have 2 games. Well, they will have 5 more games, or the Eights will have 3 after this first game concludes, as that one will be fouled away, and the count's 2-2. And for Post State, they would love to get Labrie out and work that bullpen, and I think the rest of the teams that are playing, Brandon Valley and Brookings and Aberdeen, would love for their pitching staff to be quite worn out and used up by the time that they play them tomorrow and Sunday. 3-2 pitch here to Charlie Simpson to lead off the 5th inning. He'll foul it off his leg as he stays alive. Well out in front of it, but just got a piece to spoil it and stays alive at 3-2. Three-two pitch. It'll be outside for ball 4, and the leadoff walk issued to Simpson, and it brings up Cooper Twilliger. He had the 2 RBI double. That put the lead from 4-2 up to 6-2, where it stands right now. He was the 5th and final double of that 3rd inning. All within 6 batters. And a walk between doubles 3 and 4. That'll be outside for ball 1 to Twilliger. And Labrie right now going to be really tough to get through 5 innings. Here's the 1-0. Here's a line shot that will be caught by the second baseman. And there is one down who, I know he wasn't trying to drop it. Knutson made the catch because the way that ball was going, the only way that play kind of works is if you just let it bounce in front of you, and then you can try and turn a double play that way. If it goes off the glove, the umpire can deem that he dropped it on purpose to get still the batter out, since there's a swing and a foul off of Dawson Getz for the first strike. As the count is 0-1 here to Getz, who is 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1. That'll be a curveball that drops low for a ball, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. Because the way the second baseman and Knutson caught the ball and looked at his glove, he was just trying to make sure he secured it more than saying, well, maybe if I can let it go off the turf just a smidge, and can turn a double play. And that was more of just want to make sure he made the catch. Counts 2-1 here to Getz. Here's a 2-1. This will be fouled away, and the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, runner on first here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 2-2. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. And we're about to see the end of the line for Carter Labrie just because of pitch count. Here's the 3-2 now to Getz. Swing and a miss. And Getz will strike out, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 2nd. And we'll bring up J.J. Buckles. That was pitch number 97 for Labrie. So just 8 pitches remaining for Labrie, trying to get through the 5th inning. As the first pitch to Buckles will come in, and missing just low for ball 1. Buckles 0 for 2, flew out of the right fielder and also struck out swinging. Here's the 1-0. That'll be at the knees for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Over at first is Simpson, who had led off with a walk, back-to-back outs, as Buckles will foul that out of play, and the count's now 1-2. So 1-2 count here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. A 1-2 from Labrie. Swing and a miss. Buckles will strike out, and that will retire the side. Leadoff walk is stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 6-2 lead for Pierre over Brandon Valley. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
It is the bottom of the 5th. Post 8 is leading 6-2 with American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Miles Doyle with those 81 pitches through 4 innings. Has to be very efficient here in this 5th to try and get through 6 complete. As he will deal with 3, 4, and 5. Aiden Zur, Rylan Carroll, and Jackson Adams. Zur is 1 for 2 with a double. Also ground out to the shortstop. His counterpart Dawson Getz back in the 3rd inning. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. 3, 4, and 5 here for Brandon Valley. 2 runs and 5 hits. They also have an error as well, as this will be flown out towards right field. Going back is Twilliger out towards the wall. It will hop off the wall, and Zur will have himself a leadoff double. A leadoff double for Zur, so it's his 2nd of the ball game, and it brings up Rylan Carroll, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. He will check swing on the first pitch, and it will be rolling foul down the first base line. As the count is 0-1 here to Rylan Carroll. A 1 pitch will bounce in. The count's now 1-1. One count here with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one will be upstairs, and the count's 2-1. Carroll ground out to the 3rd baseman Hunsley. Back in the 3rd inning, looking for another ground ball. Here is Doyle. That will skip away from Peterson, and over to 3rd will go Zur. So there is the leadoff man that with the double, and now has gotten to 3rd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Three-one pitch. This will be fouled out of play on the right side on a full swing this time from Carroll, and it's now a full count at 3-2. 3-2 pitch to Carroll. Taken for strike 3. Carroll had tossed his bat thinking it was already ball 4. And he will go down on strikes as he has something to say to the home plate umpire. Now the home plate umpire will bring Coach Van Heel down, assuming that there'll be some kind of maybe a warning given to Carroll. And here's a pitch that was low and away the outside corner that looked like it was ball 4, but was called strike 3, and he had tossed his bat, not because he thought it was a bad call. He thought it was just ball 4 when he tossed his bat. And he had taken his helmet off, and it said something to the home plate umpire. Obviously not egregious enough to be tossed right away, but enough for the home plate umpire to talk to Coach Van Heel up the third base, at the third base coaching box. As a first pitch will miss for ball 1 to Jackson Adams. He does have the RBI on a bases loaded base hit up the middle back in the first inning that tied the game at 1-1. Brandon Valley took a 2-1 lead before the Eights got 5 runs in the third. This will be fouled back. And the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Adams is 1-for-1, singled, home the run in the first, and then he was hit by a pitch in the third. This will be fouled back in the mid for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. One-two. Here to Adams. This will be popped up. It'll hit the grandstand, bounce away. And the count remains at 1-2. The possibility of that ball could drop right behind and right over the top of us. Here's a 1-2. This will be grounded back up the middle, and it's another base hit up the middle for Jackson Adams that scores the run to make it a 6-3 ball game. Second hit and second RBI for Adams. Third time that he has been on base, and it is a 6-3 ball game. And they'll bring up Drake Jelema now here to the plate. So courtesy runner again for Adams, as it will be Grady Gindorf that will be running for him, as the first pitch will be outside for ball 1. All right, yeah, line outside for ball 1. Jelma is 0-for-1, struck out swinging in the first, and then walked in the third. This will be flown out towards right field, shallow right field, dropping in for a base hit. It's now first and second, and third hit of the inning. First and second here with one away. The tying runs now to the plate for Brandon Valley. Brayton Stroh, who's 0-for-2. And for Miles Doyle, again, the end of the line coming a lot sooner than what maybe they were hoping for. This will be pitch number 97 with nobody, with one out here in the inning. This will be a wild pitch that will get to the backstop, second and third. And Doyle now down to his final 8 pitches. Trying to get Stroh and then maybe get that last out in the 5th before having to have the relief man come in. 1-0 at the top of the zone, the outside corner, and the count's now 1-1. Again, Stroh 0-for-2, popped out of the first baseman, flew out to right field. And he will foul that one out of play. And the count is now at 1-2. Base hit, things get a lot more interesting here in this ball game. 1-2. There's a line shot. Getz will make the catch. He will step on the bag and get the double play. The runner at second, and Jelma maybe thought that ball was going to get over the head of the shortstop and Getz, but he'll make the catch, step on the bag to get the unassisted double play and get out of the inning. 1 run scores on 3 hits in the inning. There are no errors and a man left on base. It is 6-3. Pierre leads Brandon Valley at the end of 5. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
We have our first pitching change of the ball game as Will Van Leer will come on to pitch for Brandon Valley. As Carter Labrie went to 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts in 101 pitches thrown. And for Miles Doyle, throwing 100 pitches through 5 innings, you're going to have to go with and to make sure that there is a clean inning. Not that Doyle couldn't go get the first guy out or maybe the first 2 guys out in the 6th, but want to make sure you get a clean slate for a new pitcher because he only has 5 pitches to work with. If you had 90 pitches or even 95 pitches, you say, well, you probably can still get 2 outs. But with 100 pitches, if it doesn't go the right way, you end up only getting 1 batter, and you might end up having a base runner on, and you still get a new guy coming in immediately in the second batter of the inning. So it is Braden Hulett will lead things off. It is 9-1-2 here for the Eights. Hulett, Peterson, Scheffelbein. Looks like Dawson Getz is the one warming up in the left field bullpen. Hulett tries to bunt. He'll pull it back and missing high for ball 1. As Hulett 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Looking to reach base for the first time. As he'll ground that one through the hole on the right side for a base hit. And Hulett's got his first hit of the ball game. 6th hit overall for Post State. And what you want to see from your number 9 man is reaching base to open up an inning and get your top of the order up. Ends up being more of a double leadoff then. Because here is the leadoff man in Nolan Peterson, who is 1 for 2. He doubled in the 3rd. Ground out to the second baseman in the 4th. Double lead off the 3rd inning. That got the Eights rolling with that 5-run inning. Which right now is the difference in the ball game. Showing bunt, pulling it back, missing for ball 1. Van Leer. Hulett leads away from first. Peterson showing bunt. Runner takes off. The pitch is low for a ball. The throw to second will sail over the top of the shortstop, but backing up was the second baseman, Knudsen. So a stolen base, and the count's now 2-0. So now we get the mound visit to make sure the signs are correctly given out and no mix-up on any kind of signs, but a good steal there for Braden Hulett. His first stolen base, make that his 4th stolen base of the season. And Peterson, who is hitting .361 with runners in scoring position, has a chance to get that run back in this top of the 6th inning here with nobody out. Can make this a 7-3 lead here in the top of the 6th for Post State. Here's the 2-0. Instead of Checo back at second base and going wide of the bag, so there was no tag anyway. Here's the 2-0. Peterson with a pop-up right in second base, right where the second baseman was at, but Aiden Zurich called for it right away, and so the second baseman, Knudsen, will allow him to move over to the second base side of the bag and retire Peterson. And there's one down for now Carter Scheffelbein. Scheffelbein is 1 for 2. He walked in the 1st, doubled home the run in the 3rd, then reached on an error in the 4th inning. The lone error of the ball game for either side. First pitch will be upstairs for ball one here to Schuffelbein. Basic can make this a 7-3 lead here in the top of the sixth for the Eights. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. He'll try and back pick to second, and the ball bounced, and going in front of the ball was who led, but Zur was able to, he caught it cleanly, but was just trying to knock it down. As it counts even at a ball and a strike here to Schuffelbein. 1-1 pitch. Comes inside, but taken for a strike on the top of the zone in the inside corner, and the count's 1-2. He backed out of the way thinking he was closer to being hit, but ended up getting a strike called against him. 1-2. That'll be low and away, and the count's 2-2. That's not a bad spot to throw a 1-2 pitch after coming inside, trying to see if he can chase something low and away, and it still was a really good spot to miss, regardless if you're inside or not on that last pitch. It's a tough one to take with 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2. Schuffelbein with a fly ball into shallow left center field. That is down for a base hit. Hulett will come in to score. It's another RBI for Schuffelbein as he continues to hit the ball well with runners in scoring position. His second hit today, second RBI, and a 7-3 lead now for the Eights. The leadoff single for Hulett. He comes in to score. Schuffelbein will pick up RBIs now 15 and 16 on the day today. And a 7-3 advantage here for the Eights. They get the run back. That was picked up by Brandon Valley in the bottom of the fifth. And it's now Sutton, sun and shine. Here's the first pitch. It'll be upstairs for ball one. Sun and shine, he is 1 for 3. Struck out in the first. RBI double in the third. Flew out of the right fielder in the fourth. The 1-0. Schuffelbein takes off. That's off the glove of the catcher. Schuffelbein will stand at second. The count's now 2-0. Could have been that little bit of gamesmanship from the shorts, because the way Schuffelbein stepped on the bag at second, like he thought maybe it was a foul ball instead of a wild pitch. Does get the steal, since he was off of the pitch regardless. And really no chance to get to third base either. 2-0 pitch, it'll be a ground ball. Schuffelbein will jump over the ball. Zur had bobbled, and his throw to first is going to be wild away from the bag. Wasn't too wild, still picked up by the first baseman, but offline to get Sunshine safe at first. And we'll see if that'll be labeled as an error to Zur. And it's first and third now here with 1 out. That is the second error by Brandon Valley. And now Grayson Hunsley to the plate. Schuffelbein helped really make that more difficult for Zur. With nobody on, or at least a runner on at first, it's a routine ground ball. Anywhere else other than a runner on second, it's a routine ground ball to make. And when you get a body in front of you, kind of running with the ball with you, it just makes it that much more difficult to come away with it. Here's the 0-1, runner takes off. That'll be missing outside for ball one, and the throw goes off the helmet of Grayson Hunsley. But it went to the left. It didn't ricochet to the point of being able to score Schuffelbein. And that would have been tough for Coach Iverson if anything would have happened, with the fact that Hunsley didn't do anything. He didn't even really try and duck. He just stood there, and the throw hit him in the helmet. And it'll be upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. So now Hunsley's got 2 guys in scoring position here for Post 8. Try and make this a 9-3 lead. Here's the 2-1. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. The infield is in all the way around here for Brandon Valley. Charlie Simpson on deck. Cooper Twilliger after that. Both those guys had doubles and RBIs as well. 3-1 pitch. A miss low for ball 4. Grayson Hunsley will draw the walk, and the bases are now loaded. Here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning, and it brings up Charlie Simpson. He is 1 for 2, flew out to left, and then also doubled the home run for walking as well in the 5th to lead off that 5th inning as we get a mound visit again. No activity on the right field bullpen right now for Brandon Valley. We'll bring everybody in here to try and discuss how they want to play this with the bases loaded. Knowing that they really need to turn a double play. If the middle stays back, they really have to get that double play. Otherwise, you want to come home with it and keep this a 4-run game instead of letting it be a fielder's choice to get up another run. As it is 7-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Charlie Simpson will try and get another run in for Post State. Dawson Getz was warming up out in the left field bullpen. I think he is back in. There's a couple of guys still standing out there in the bullpen right now. Getz is in the hole. And the bases are loaded here with 1 out. First pitch, Simpson will pop it up on the right side. Moving in towards foul territory, the second baseman will call for it and make the catch. Knudsen. Oh, he missed it. Did not make the catch. So Simpson will stay at the plate with 1 strike. I don't know if the sun had maybe missed. I think the scoreboard's got 2 outs up there because I think they thought the ball was caught as well. So the bases are still loaded here with 1 out. Here's the 0-1. Here's a ground ball over to the third baseman off the leg of the third baseman. That does not feel good either. Run will score to be an error to Rylan Carroll, and he is slow to get up. Scores a run to make it 8-3. And they will check on Carroll, who may be more upset with himself than hurt. And so now the base is still loaded here with 1 out, and Cooper Twilliger to the plate. So another error. That's the 3rd error of the ball game. So here's now Cooper Twilliger. So bases loaded here with 1 out. 2 runs have now scored here in the inning for Post State. Twilliger with a pop-up. That'll be coming in the right fielder to make the catch. Runner will tag. The throw will come in, and another run will come in to score on the sac fly RBI for Cooper Twilliger to make it a 9-3 lead for the Eights. Sun and Shine scores on the sacrifice fly. Hunsley and Simpson stay put. And a sac fly RBI here with now 2 down. And Dawson gets to the plate. Gets his 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Also drew a walk in his first trip to the plate. That want to be a ground ball through the hole on the left side. Rounding third is Hunsley. He's going to try and score. The throw will come in. It is cut off, but off the glove of Carroll, and another run scores. A RBI single for Dawson Getz. It's a 10-3 lead now for Post State here in the top of the 6th inning. J.J. Buckles, the 9th man to come to the plate. A 4-run 6th inning, and 9 of the 10 runs have scored in 2 innings for Post State. 5 runs in the 3rd, another 4 runs here in the 6th. And it's J.J. Buckles. First pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1. And again for Brandon Valley, they've got, after this game, they still have 5 games to go. 1 being tonight, another 2 doubleheaders after that. They're probably in a spot where they don't really want to have to use another pitcher if they don't have to. But with the fact that it's, a 10-3 ball game, you are kind of saying, hey, go get outs, and we'll see if maybe we can find a way to score some runs in the last 2 innings. 1-1 pitch. That'll be on the outside edge for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Buchholz, that'll be down the first base line. That is fair, and that'll score at least a run. It'll get past the right fielder onto the corner. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Buchholz will round second. He's coming to third. He was slow to get going. He's going to be thrown out at third, and that retires his side, but both runs do come in to score to make it a 9-run lead for Post 8, as it's going to be an RBI double for Buchholz, but then an error that scores the other run from the right fielder, so it ends up being a 6-run inning for Post 8. And they take a 12-3 lead over Brandon Valley. 12-3 for Pierre over Brandon Valley on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Schuffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
It is the bottom of the 6th. First pitch was fouled back by Luke Smart, the number 8 hitter. Miles Doyle is trying to get a couple outs maybe. This will be popped up. Can Grayson Hunsley get over to it? It will land out of play. And the count is now at 0-2. As that was pitch number 102 from Miles Doyle. So if he can get Luke Smart out in the next couple pitches, next 2 pitches, he can at least try and get 2 outs here in the inning. 0-2 pitch, it'll be a slow roller. Second baseman Schuffelbein will field. He will fire to first to retire the first man here in the bottom of the 6th. Second time that Smart has grounded out to the second baseman. And so this will be the final batter unless it ends up being a 1-pitch at bat for Nolan Pudwell, because this will be pitch number 104 here for Doyle. And if he can get a 1-pitch at bat and get it out, Doyle will have a chance to get through 6 complete innings. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1, so this will be Doyle's final at-bats. And he will leave with his team having, at the worst, an 8-run lead, but at best, most likely a 9-run lead. That'll be outside. They will check, and he did not go, and the count's now 2-0. Two-0 count. Pitch will be fouled back, and the count's now 2-1. A little bit of some work at Houston Speedway. Way off in the distance out in the left. Way beyond left field. 2-1 pitch. This will be flown out towards left center field. That is going to get down for a base hit. Rolls off the wall. Picked up by Hulett as he'll fire it in, and it will be a 1-out double for Pudwell. And that will be the end of the line for Miles Doyle pitch count wise as he goes 5 1/3 innings. And he will come out for the final time of the regular season. And for Doyle, he leaves with his team up by 9, trying to get their first win here today of the doubleheader. We will step aside for a minute. We'll tell you the changes coming up after this. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. So Dawson Getz is on the mound here for Post State. Miles Doyle will stay in the ball game, and the DH will go away as we're trying to see now where everybody's going to go. Shufflebein will move over to short, and then Doyle will go to second. So a triangle change of Getz to the mound, Doyle from the mound to second, and Shufflebein from second to short. And Doyle will hit in Charlie Simpson's spot. And he would be coming up sixth this next inning. He's fifth in the order, but sixth in the top of the seventh. As the first pitch here from Dawson Getz will be upstairs for ball one. So he is dealing here with the top of the order, Chase Leary, Braden Knudsen, Aiden Zur, but there is one out and a runner on at first. Here's the 1-0. That one will be swung and fouled off the mask of Peterson. The count goes to now 1-1. And for Dawson Getz, this will be appearance number 7, 6th relief appearance overall, 12 and a third innings, 18 hits, 16 runs, 12 earned, 5 walks and 7 strikeouts, 6.81 ERA, 1.87 WHIP. Batting average against at 327, as that one's missing for ball 2. A 2-1 count here to Leary. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This will be popped up on the right side. Long run for everybody. Cooper Twilliger will get to the line, and he cannot make the catch out in right field. Overran it coming in, and it drops in for a long foul and long strike, and the count's now 2-2. So Leary, who is 1 for 3, gets an extra life here in this at-bat. For Braden Knudsen will come to the plate. Brandon Valley down by 9. They need a couple of big runs, especially in this inning, to try and limit how much they need here in the 7th to make a comeback. With only 2 innings remaining, you feel like you have to have 4 to 5 runs score right here. This will be flown out of play again by Leary, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back in the Dakota Classic, Getson throwing 2 perfect innings to start a ball game, and then wheels kind of fell off in the 3rd for him. As this will be grounded over to Hunsley at 3rd. He'll look back the runner, and then he'll throw to first to get the man out at first, and a good play there from Hunsley. Granted, you're up by 9, you maybe don't have to necessarily looking back, but Hunsley was able to do all of that and retire Leary, and there's 2 down. And with the good hop that came to him, you have the longer of a look as Braden Knudsen now will come to the plate. Knudsen is 1 for 2. He's singled back in the 1st, struck out looking in the 4th, and walked in the 2nd. First pitch will be over for a strike to Knudsen. We're going to get through 6 innings. The Eights have a 9-run advantage. That one's over for a strike. The count's 0-2. 0-2 counting, gets 1 strike away from getting through the 6th inning. The 0-2. That one will miss low, and the count's now 1-2. Not a bad spot there from Getz, and didn't get Knutson to chase. One, two. Ground ball over to the second baseman. Doyle will field. His throw to first will be in time and retire the sign here in the sixth. Post State has a 9-run lead. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 12-3 after 6 in favor of Pierre over Brandon Valley. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Happy anniversary, Wagner Auto. Wagner Auto is celebrating 117 years in the area with sales and service, and now they want to thank you for taking part. When you buy a vehicle at Wagner's, you'll receive $117 in beef bucks just in time for grilling season. See us for details. Get sale prices on Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check out our ever-expanding inventory. Get the best deals now during the 117th anniversary celebration at Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealership. Wagner Auto, 330 East Sioux in Pierre.
Top of the seventh, Post 8. It is a 12-3 lead for the 8s as they will have 9-1-2. Braden Hulett, Nolan Peterson, and Carter Schuffelbein. Anybody reaches base, it'll then go up to Sutton Sun and Shine. As Pierre is trying to add on to it, 9-run lead. There's no 10-run rule at this point anymore, being the last inning anyway. 8s nearly had that. They had a runner in score position. Buckles ended up getting thrown out between second and third. Just wasn't expecting the fact that he had a shot to go to third and slowed up just enough to get thrown out. After he had double, then along with the air, was trying to get to third base, ended up with just an RBI. As Hulett will swing and miss the 1-0 pitch, and the count's now 1-1. We're getting to the 2-hour point in game number 1. Here is the 1-1. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. The 2-1 count here with nobody out. Leadoff man here in the top of the 7th inning. That'll be over for a strike, and the count's 2-2. And talking about Cooper Twilger being the starter for game number 2. 2-2 pitch. That'll be outside. The count's 3-2. Which will be big for the 8s. If they get a doubleheader sweep, that all but secures them in the playoffs, but then starts to get them closer. If they can go at least 3-1 to close out the year, well, it'll be a big boost for the 8s to go into the playoffs. That'll be ball 4 to Hulett. And after striking out the first 2 times at the plate, he got a single to lead off the 6th. Now a walk to lead off the 7th. He helped starting the 6-run 6th inning. So now Nolan Peterson, who popped out of the shortstop in the right side of the second base bag, will foul the first pitch back for strike 1. He is 1 for 3 overall here in game 1, being on base twice. Here's the 0-1. That'll be outside. The count is now even at a ball and a strike here to Peterson. Shuffle by and then Sun and Shine. 1-1 pitch. That'll be outside. The count's 2-1 here to Peterson. The 8s got the first run of the ball game at the top of the first inning before Brandon Valley took a 2-1 lead. But then 5 doubles, 5 runs in the third. Made it a 6-2 ball game. As that's fouled back by Peterson to make it 2-2 count. And then an RBI single from Jackson Adams in the bottom of the fifth made it 6-3, and the Aids responded with another six spot, another big inning. A 6 spot for them in the sixth to take a 12-3 lead where we stand right now here in the top of the seventh. 2-2 pitches upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. In on deck is Carter Schuffelbein. Here's the 3-2. Peterson with a fly ball out towards left center field. That one diving for it and making the catch is the center fielder as Pudwell takes away extra bases from Nolan Peterson, who was all the way to the second base bag, and he played that well getting out towards second base. As Pudwell made the diving catch, he was able to hurry back to first. As Carter Schuffelbein will come to the plate, who is 2 for 3 in the ball game, but been on base all 4 times. A nice diving catch out in left center field for Pudwell. And the Aids were that close to an extra base hit and maybe even a run scoring again. First pitch is over for strike one to Schuffelbein. Walked in the first, RBI double in the third. Reached on the air in the fourth and an RBI single in the sixth. Here's the 0-1. That one's on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Ouellette over at first. The 0-2 pitch. Schuffelbein will ground that one over towards the third base dugout. Stays alive at 0-2. Brandon Valley have 3, 4, and 5 in the seventh inning. Dawson Getz will just be looking to get the final 3 outs. Not so worried about, at this point right now, you just can't give up a 9 spot. You got plenty of margin for error. Just go out and let them put the ball in play. That one stays just upstairs. And the count's now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Schuffelbein. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 2-2. Adams trying to get real low and make that pitch look a little bit higher, maybe what it is to the home plate umpire. 2-2 pitch. That's high and away, and from 0-2 now to 3-2. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Still game one of our doubleheader between Pierre and Brandon Valley. The Aids lead at 12-3 here in the top of the seventh. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Schuffelbein maybe chase ball 4, but he will strike out. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the seventh inning. And it brings up Sutton Sun and Shine. Sun and Shine is 1 for 4 in the ball game, an RBI double in the third. He is also a strikeout victim, fly out to right and reaching on an error. That first pitch will be a attempted check swing, but a full swing from Sun and Shine. The count's 0-1. The Aids are actually being out hit in this ball game. Well, actually, they're tied in hits, 9-9. As there's a ground ball left side, make that the 10th of the ball game for the Aids. Second hit for Sun and Shine, and his first and second here with 2 away. And Grayson Hunsley will come to the plate. Anything's just added bonus for the Aids right now. Up by 9 here in the top of the seventh inning. Gotta save some runs for game 2, right? Well, then I think the Aids are going to score as many as they can in each game the rest from here on out, because if this offense can get high, they become even more of a dangerous team. This will be above the helmet of Hunsley. Got to the backstop, and both runners will move up to second and third. And now a chance to drive in 2 runs here for Grayson Hunsley. Here's the 1-0 to Hunsley. Chopper foul, third base side, and the count's now 1-1. Ouellette leads away from third. Sun and Shine over at second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Stays upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. In game 1 of 2, we got another game to go. With this one well past the 2-hour time or 2-hour mark right now, not a time limit, but 2-hour mark. The 2-1 will be low and away, and the count's now 3-1. Grayson Hunsley, 3-1 count. That'll bounce for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. And it brings up Miles Doyle, who will get a chance to swing the bats. After going 5 1/3 innings, giving up 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He has a chance to help his cause just a little bit more to get a win. First pitch, he swings at it and swings and misses for strike 1. Charlie Simpson went 1 for 3 in game number 1, an RBI double in the 3rd. Reaching on an error as well in the 6th inning. Ground ball on the left side. This will be fielded by the shortstop Zur, who will throw it to third to Carroll to make the force out over at third base and retire the side. Here in the top of the 7th. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We have the bottom of the 7th, post 8, 3 outs away, up 12-9 here in game number 1. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Aiden Zur lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th, 3, 4, and 5 for Brandon Valley. As the Eights are 3 outs away from a Game 1 win as the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Zur, who is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, has scored both times that he has got that double. That one's at the top of the zone and on the inside edge, and the count's now 0-2. 0-2 pitch. That one low and away as Zur, who had a couple pitches inside on him for strikes and then going low and away, trying to get him to chase, is able to hold back in time. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Zur, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it brings up Rylan Carroll, and he followed by Jackson Adams. 5th strikeout in total for Post States in this ball game. 4 from Doyle, and now 1 here from Dawson Getz. As Getz delivers the first pitch for strike 1 to Rylan Carroll. Here's the 0-1. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 0-2, and I think Carroll's not too happy with both those strikes against him. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll come inside, and the count's now 1-2, right in on the hands. Choked up on the bat now is Carroll. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. An attack for strike 3. And there's 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts for Dawson Getz. And it brings up now Jackson Adams. And the Eights now out away from a Game 1 win here in the doubleheader against Brandon Valley. When the Eights win, they could win big. As As the first pitch will miss low for ball one. This will be their 8th win of the season and 7th in South Dakota games. As the 1-0 comes inside, the count's now 2-0. The Eights won by 11 over Post 320. They won by 10 and 11 against Spearfish. Won by 9 against Box Elder, 10 against Box Elder, as it counts 2-1. And then a 5-4 win against Harrisburg Maroon. That's that and the 13-12 win over Glendive, the only 2 close wins that they have. As that one's upstairs and the count's now 3-1. Everything else has been at least 9 to 10 run wins. It'll be the 6th of the 8s. This will be fouled off the handle. Trying to check his swing was Adams, so the count goes now 3-2. And the 8s, 1 strike away. 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled by Adams to stay alive. Guess looking for a 1-2-3-6, 7th, excuse me. Finish out the ball game and put an end to the first game. Put in the win column, 3-2. That is upstairs, ball 4. So it is not a clean inning and not a clean outing for Dawson Getz. The first base runner that he has allowed in the 5 men that he's faced. And so now it's Drake Jelma, who is struck out, walked, and singled in his 3 trips to the plate. 9-run lead here with 2 outs at the bottom of the 7th. 10 hits in the ball game for the 8s, 9 for Brandon Valley. Here's the slow roller, second baseman. Miles Doyle will field. His throw to first. Roll 8s. Pierre wins game 1, 12-3 over Brandon Valley. 9-run win to take game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back and wrap up game 1. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide! College!
Class of 1995! When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
As we welcome you back, it is a final score in game 1. Post 8 will take the first game over Brandon Valley, 12-3. American Family Insurance, Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. As we go through the totals, as the 8s will get the win with scoring 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and 8 men left on base. Brandon Valley had 3 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors, and 9 men left on base. Miles Doyle picks up the win, going 5 1/3 innings, 9 hits allowed, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Dawson Getz went an inning and 2/3. The only blemish was the walk, and the 6 guys that he faced had 2 strikeouts as well, getting the final 4 outs of the ball game. Make that the final 5 outs of the ball game to put an end to the game 1 win. It was a 1-0 lead for Pierre after the top of the first, but then they trailed 2-1 after 1. But it scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning, 5 doubles. Nolan Peterson, Carter Schuffelbein, Sutton Sunshine, Grayson, Charlie Simpson, and Cooper Twilliger all doubled and had scored a run. And Peterson was the only one that didn't get an RBI because he was the first one to do it. Then it was RBIs for everybody else, and Twilliger ended with 2 RBIs in that 5-run 3rd inning to take a 6-2 lead. Brandon Valley got a run back in the 5th to make it 6-3, but then 6 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors in the inning from Brandon Valley that got those 6 runs to make it a 12-3 score, and that's where the final score was. Carter Labrie is the losing pitcher, giving up 5 hits, 5 runs. Make that in 5 innings. He gave up 6 runs on 5 hits, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. He did not give up a hit in any of the 4 innings, but gave up those 5 doubles to score all 5 of those runs. So you look at, if you take away that 1 inning, Carter Labrie threw well. Just that 1 inning got away from him, and the Eights are all familiar with 1 inning getting away from them, although for Brandon Valley, 2 innings were the demise for them in this ball game. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 14 minutes. So we will be closer to more 7, hopefully more towards 7:40, 7:35 when we get started, but we're going to be closer right around 7:35 to 7:45 is when Game 2 will get underway for this doubleheader, as the Eights will be looking for a doubleheader sweep of Brandon Valley here in game number 2. Most likely seeing Cooper Twilliger on the mound to start game 2. We'll have the starting lineups, all of that coming up here in just a little bit. So the Eights get their first of the final 4 games, get their first win of the final 4 games, and hopefully they can make it go 2 for 2 here today and potentially then go for 3 of 4 to finish out the season and put themselves in a really good spot. One more win absolutely guarantees them in the playoffs. That win pretty much does guarantee them to get to the playoffs, but obviously crazier things can happen, and the Eights really need one more win to make sure that they keep themselves in that spot for a playoff spot. And of course, if you win all 4 games, you're very much liking your seat at that point compared to if you just go 1-3 to close out the season. So it is a 12-3 win in Game 1 for Post State. We will send things back to the station. We'll come back and we'll hear from News Director Zach Nelson in his 5 o'clock news coming up, but then we'll get you set for Game 2 of the doubleheader between Pierre and Brandon Valley coming up here in just a little bit. 12-3 win in Game 1 for Post State. So we'll come back with Game 2 here shortly. If you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, we will end the YouTube broadcast. We'll come back with their second game broadcast coming up in just a little bit. So we'll send things back to the station, hear from News Director Zach Nelson in his 5 o'clock news, and then we'll start to get you set for Game 2 after this. Here, a 12-3 win for the Eights in Game 1 here on KCCR.